From Hollywood, it's anybody's favorite strategy, dollars and time. It's Tic Tac. And here are your hosts,
Thank you, Tom. And welcome to Tic Tac Dough. We are delighted to have you with us. We have a champion who will be able to win more money today. So let's find out who she is. Tom, who is our champion?
Our current champion has won over cash and prizes, $55,000. Who is a text-to-speech voice who stars as Doris on Caillou Gets Grounded? Meet Julie. And her opponent is a text-to-speech voice all the way from Australia. Meet Russell.
Well, Julie, you are our current champion. So tell me, which character do you play as in Caillou Gets Grounded?
Well, I played as Doris, otherwise known as Caillou's mom.
Seems interesting. Hope maybe you could win a lot of money tonight for the series. Best of luck to you, Julie.
Thank you.
Anyways, let's talk with your challenger, Russell. How's it going, Russell?
I'm doing great, Wink. I am so happy to be here tonight.
Glad to hear that. Are you ready to play our game?
I'm ready.
Great. So anyways, best of luck to you both and let's play our game, okay? So let's get started with the first round. Let's take a look at the first categories we have on our board: video games, Power Rangers, elements, comic books, children music, Lego, game shows, Goanimate and Disney. Julie, you are the ex-player, so you go first.
Let's go with video games.
Okay. Here is your question. Which video game system has Super Mario Bros. Back in 1985?
Is it the NES?
That's right. So which means you get an X. We also added in $200 in the pot. Anyway, Russell, it's your turn, so go ahead and choose a category.
I'll go with game shows.
All right. Game shows it is. So here is your question. Take a look at our board. This game show back in 1982 was also known as TV's first video arcade game show, hosted by Jeff Edwards. What is the name of this game show?
Is it Startgey?
That's correct. So which means for that, you get an O. We also added in another $200 in the pot. Now let's shuffle the categories on our board. All right, Julie. Your turn. Choose a category.
I'll go with children's music.
Okay. Children's music it is. Here's your question. Which children's band created songs such as Toot Toot Chugga Chugga Big Red Car and Fruit Salad?
Is it the Wiggles?
That's correct. So Julie, you get an X. Okay, Russell, you're up. Please choose a category.
I'll go with Lego.
All right, Lego it is. Here's your question. In the 1930s, a carpenter and toy maker first started the company of Lego. Who is the name of that person?
Is it Aleka Christiansen?
Right, you are. So Russell, you get an O. Now it is time to shuffle the board. All right, Julie. Your turn.
I'll try Goanimate.
Okay, Goanimate it is. Here's your question. Which Goanimator makes videos of Mario enemies getting grounded, such as Dark Bowser and others?
Is it Weather Star 4000 Video?
Correct. So you get an X. Russell, you're up next.
I'm going with Disney.
All right, Disney for the block. Here's your question. Which Disney Channel movie features songs as We're All in This Together and the start of something new?
I think it's High School Musical.
That's right, Russell. So you got an O. So far, this is a close game. But for now, let's shuffle the board again. Okay, Julie. It's your turn once again.
I think I will have to go with comic books.
All right, comic books, for the win. Here's your question. In 1938, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster created Superman. What is the name of the first comic book he was in?
Is it Action Comics #1?
That's it. You get AX. And you won the round. What a really close game we had, but Julie won the round with $56,500 so far. But could she win in our bonus game and try to beat the dragon? We will find out when we come back after this.
We now return to Tic Tac Toe. And here's Wink Martindale.
Welcome back to Tic Tac Toe, everyone. Julie won our game, and now she is ready to play our bonus game. So Julie, are you ready to beat the dragon?
Let's do it.
All right. So come over here, and let's play our bonus game. Okay, Julie. Here's how we play our bonus game. Now behind the numbers on our board are amounts of money, 1 dragon, a tick and a tack. Now, in a moment, we will be shuffling them and you will be calling out numbers. Find money that's worth $1,000 and Tom is going to tell you what you are going to win.
Well, Julie, you are going to win these 3 prizes. First up, you are going to win this arcade cabinet of Ms. Pac-Man and Galaga. This arcade cabinet will let you play Ms. Pac-Man and Galaga for hours of fun. Ms. Pac-Man and Galaga arcade cabinet from Namco. For your second prize, you are going on a trip to Florida, where you will be having a 10-night stay at Walt Disney World, where you can meet Mickey Mouse and all of his friends and explore the Magic Kingdom, all at Disney World. And for your final prize, you will win a brand new car. A new Hyundai Santa Fe Limited includes leather seating surfaces, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, auto-dimming rear-view mirror, a kick-activated lift kit, USB charge ports, including one in the 3rd row, and manual rear-side window sunshades. And Julie, these prizes will cost over $100,000.
So Julie, if you get the tick and tack, you will also get the dough, $1,000 plus all the prizes Tom said. So without further ado, let's shuffle up the board. Okay. So Julie, what number do you want to start with first?
I'll start with number 4.
Okay. So what is behind number 4?
Nothing exciting.
A tick. All that's left is the tack and you will win. So, call out another number.
How about number 9?
All right. If the tack is in there, you will win. So what is behind number 9?
Nothing exciting.
A tack. So you won the bonus game. Okay. Now where is that dragon? There he is on number 3. Congratulations to Julie for winning the bonus game. But who will be Julie's next challenger? We will find out when we come back right after these messages. Welcome back everyone. So far, Julie won against Russell. But now, it's time to find out who is her next challenger, Tom. Who is her next challenger?
Julie's next challenger is a text-to-speech voice all the way from the United Kingdom and does the UK version of Siri. Meet Daniel.
So Daniel, you are the UK version of Siri, is that right?
Yes, it is. I was voice on so many iPhones all over the world.
Very cool. So best of luck to you, Daniel.
Thank you.
So far, we got Julie that won the last game against Russell, but let's find out if she could win against Daniel. Let's take a look at our board filled with the new categories: US presidents, planets, math, computers, animation, classic commercials, Transformers, Star Wars and classical music. Julie, go ahead and choose a category.
This time I'm going to start with US presidents.
Okay, US presidents it is. Here's your question. In 1963, which US president stars in one of the Superman comic books before he died in Dallas, Texas?
Is the answer John F. Kennedy?
That's right. So Julie, you get an X. Okay Daniel, you're up. Go ahead and choose a category.
I think I'll go with classical music.
Okay. Classical music it is. Here's your question. Which composer created the classical music piece called A Little Night Music?
Is it Mozart?
Right you are. Daniel, you get an O. Now it is time to shuffle our categories on the board. Okay. Julie, it is your turn now. Please choose a category.
I'll try animation.
Okay. Animation it is. So, here's your question. Which animation company created movies such as Toy Story, Cars and Wall-E?
Is the answer Pixar Animation Studios?
That's right. So Julie, you get an X. Okay Daniel. You're up. Choose a category.
I'll go with classic commercials.
All right. Classic commercials it is. Here's your question. In 1989, which actor stars as Alfred on the Batman Diet Coke commercial?
Is it Michael Goff?
You are correct. So, Daniel, you get an O. Uh-oh. That sound means that we are almost out of time. So we will be right back to wrap it up. Right after these messages. Welcome back. Now before we leave you all today, let's take one last look at the board. So far, Julie got 2 X's on the board, and Daniel got 2 O's on the board. And the pot so far has $800. We will have these 2 contestants compete again in our next show. Until next time, I'm Wink Martindale, saying see you next time on Tic Tac Toe. Bye bye everybody.
From Television City in Hollywood, this is Tom from Bayern, signing off from Tic Tac Toe, a very Enright production.